What's going on, YouTube? I'm sure a lot of you are tuning into this video because, just like me, a few years prior, I was confused on what exactly I needed for saddle hunting. With everything on the market nowadays, it seems like there's so many options, and it gets confusing. It might seem like you need 10 ropes to get up the tree, all these different climbing methods, one sticking, multi-sticking, different types of platforms. So today we're going to cover what exactly you need and how exactly to get up in the tree and get set up. So let's get right to it. All right, so first, real quick, we're going to cover the necessities. I got a little list here just so I make sure I don't forget anything. First off, all right, we're going to cover the ropes that you need. You really only need 2 ropes for saddle hunting, all right? So the first rope is going to be your lineman's rope, all right? This is what connects to your saddle and keeps you secured as you're hanging your sticks, climbing up the tree and hanging your platform. So lineman's rope. Once you get up to where you want to set up your platform and set up to hunt from, your lineman rope, once you connect your tether, is going to come off. So that leads us to our second rope. And that's going to be our tether. Okay, so lineman's rope, tether, they're pretty much, they are the exact same rope. Same lengths. Mine just happen to be 8mm. So you're going to need 2 carabiners on those. All right, so one per rope, 1 carabiner per rope. And you can go on, and there's a lot of websites that just sell your lineman and tether rope combos that you can get. All right, so with the ropes out of the way, let's get to the next necessity. So of course, with the ropes, in order to use them, you're actually going to need your saddle. Okay, this just happens to be the tethered Phantom saddle. I've run tethered products and I enjoy tethered products. Haven't had any issues with them. They've been comfortable for me. You don't need the pouches on the side. They are a huge benefit and a huge help, but they are not a necessity. So the saddle itself is going to be your next necessity. In order to get up the tree, moving on to the next item, you're going to need your climbing sticks. Okay, these are the Tethered One sticks. They're a little bit of a pricier option, but it's just what I was buying the Hawk sticks. That's what I started with. Great sticks, no complaints about them, but I just wanted to move up in the game to try the Tethered One sticks, just because I've been doing it for a long time and I just wanted to get some higher end products. So climbing sticks are going to be your next necessity. Once you use your sticks and get up to where you want to hunt from, the next item is going to be your platform. Okay, this is the Hunt Arsenal Razor 2.0 platform. I ran their 1.0 platform and I was a big fan, so I decided to go ahead and upgrade to their 2.0. I love this platform. There's a ton of different platforms out there. You don't have to go as expensive as Arsenal. There's a lot of options on the market, especially if you look on the used market, finding good platforms for 120 to 200 bucks. Okay, there's a ton of platforms out there. It doesn't matter which one you have. It's just good to have a platform to hunt from. So that's your next necessity. And lastly, you're going to need a way to carry this all into the woods. I run a Mystery Ranch backpack. I like backpacks that have a dovetail. So that means that this folds down and then it comes back up and clips on the sides. Just because it expands, I can fit my sticks, my platform, and then a jacket, and it folds right up and holds it. So as long as you have a platform that even has just buckles across here, that'll do you. I just enjoy backpacks. They can carry my stuff on the outside of it if possible. So that's your last real necessity, is going to be your backpack. All right, my bad. We've got 2 more necessities. So one is going to be a pull-up rope. That's kind of common sense. I run in one of my saddle pouches on the side. It's a tethered one. It's got the elastic on the outside. My pull-up rope lives in there. And then lastly, you're going to need an attachment method on the tree, something to hold your bow. All right, there's a bunch of methods out there. Something to hold your bow, your backpack, and then maybe your quiver. All right, or however many hooks you want to have to hang whatever gear you hunt with. So that covers the necessities. Let's go ahead. We'll move into the wants. Okay, so talking over some things that are going to make your life a little bit easier climbing the tree. On each of my ropes, my lineman and my tether's rope, I've got my carabiner. All right, and if you can see here, get it to focus. I have what's called a Kong duck. Let's see if we can get this to focus real quick. So what the Kong duck allows you to do is, normally there is a Prusik knot on here that requires you to really use two hands to climb, or to adjust the rope. And if you pull it the other way, it doesn't require any. So if you see, I pull it one way, it slides. If I try and pull it the other way, it won't move. All right. So where that's beneficial is on your lineman's belt. If I've got my lineman's belt where it's on my right hand side, I can pull that with one hand really to adjust. If it's attached to my left and right sides, my right side, I just pull it with one hand and I can tighten and loosen my lineman's belt. All right, we're gonna move back into the next thing that makes life a little bit easier climbing. All right, so we went over the Kong duck a little bit. I'm sorry that footage isn't the best, but look up Kong duck on YouTube. It'll have a lot of videos on how to use it. The next option is gonna be aiders, stick aiders on your climbing sticks, okay? So I only run 3 sticks, but I can get the same distance as basically 5 sticks running these aiders, okay? They weigh practically nothing, and they give you a full, I run 20-inch aiders, so they give me a full 20 more inches per stick. On my bottom stick, I run a double step, so that's an extra 40 inches before I even reach my first step of my stick. And then on my last 2 sticks, I just run these single step aiders on those sticks. The next thing I'll mention is these pouches on your saddle, okay? They're pretty inexpensive, and they make your life a heck of a lot easier. I store on my left hip, I've got my lineman's belt, all right? And it's just girth hitched into the loops on the saddle, at which point, so when I get up on the tree, just connect that over here, and my lineman's belt, when I'm done using it, unhook it, and it goes right back into that pouch. And then right below my lineman's belt is going to be my tree tether. And make sure if you get these pouches, pack it in the order that you're going to be pulling it out. Okay, so my tether goes in first because I'm going to be pulling that out last, and then my lineman's belt goes in on top of that. All right, now that we've talked over some things that are nice to have, man, it's hot out here. Down in South Georgia, 5 p.m., it's a little warm. 95 degrees out. All right, now that we've covered some things that are nice to have, we'll go ahead and get up on the tree and explain how exactly to saddle hunt when we get to the tree. All right, so we're gonna go over this as if I just got to the base of the tree that I wanna hunt. Okay, I know this gear strap's already up here, but for the sake of the video, we're gonna pretend that it's not, and then I put it up when I get to where the height that I wanna hunt. So first thing, get to the base of the tree. I'm wearing my saddle in, okay? I don't pack it in. You can pack it in, I just prefer to wear it in. Doesn't take up my space, doesn't mess with me at all. So I get to the base of the tree, pack comes off. Immediately, I take my saddle, and I've got a little piece of paracord tied on here, and I have a clip on the back of my saddle that I just take and clip it right into my saddle. All right, so that's gonna stay on the back of my saddle as I climb. I'm then gonna take my sticks, undo my sticks, and then I also have on my climbing sticks another piece of little paracord. I've got the same clip on the bottom of my saddle. I take that paracord, hang the stick there, so that way I'll hang my first stick, and my second 2, they'll hang on either side of my saddle. So when I climb, it's just one trip up. All right. For the sake of the video, we're just going to go 1 stick high. So we're going to say that I have that, I have everything attached to me, and I'm ready to begin climbing. All right. I look at which side, when you're saddle hunting, if you're a right-handed shooter like I am, all right, whichever direction you think the deer are going to come from and that you want to shoot from, if you're a right-handed shooter, your strong side is your left side, okay? So as I'm hanging from the tree, this fence would be my strong side so that I can draw and shoot. My weak side would be my right. So make sure you set up on the tree accordingly. All right, so I undo my aider. Undo the attachment method. Then with one stick, I'm just going to start it low for the sake of the video so that you can still see everything. All right, so attachment method goes around. Seat the stick. All right. Then my pack's gonna go back on. I go ahead and I pull out my lineman so that it's ready. I'm gonna step on, or if this was higher, I would step up onto that stick, holding onto the tree. Lineman belt goes around. And this is where the Kong duck comes in handy with that one-handed operation to tighten it up. So, this is the use of the first rope, okay? This is my lineman's. This allows me to lean back, and I have my workspace here that I can use two hands for. So at this point, once I'm one stick up, lineman's belt is on, I would take my second stick off my saddle, and I would hang that stick where I want that stick hung. All right, so now that I'm hung where I want to be hung with my sticks, we'll just imagine that I'm at hunting height, okay? So now that I'm at hunting height, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my saddle off the back of my platform, or off the platform off the back of my saddle, undo that attachment method. Now this is where I choose where I want that platform to be, okay? If my strong side, if I think the deer are going to be coming from my left, over here where the brown fence is, that's where I'm going to hang my saddle to where my left side is where that brown fence is. So we'll go ahead, and for the sake of the video, we're going to hang it low so that you can still see. Platform is hung. And I know you're going to lose some visibility now as I climb. The tripod I have doesn't adjust any higher. So what I'm going to do, my head's going to be off screen. I'll still be talking. All right, so I'm going to loosen up my lineman's belt. And then go ahead. I toe cam that platform when I get up on it. All right. And now, just imagine I'm at hunting height. All right, so what I'm going to do is hang this a little lower so you can see what the next steps are. All right, so we're going to do a little imagination here. Imagine that stick is my last stick, my third stick on the climb up. I've reached where I want to hunt from, and I've just hung my platform, okay? So I've still got my lineman's hung, or my lineman's around me, okay? What I want to do next, now that I have my lineman's still attached, I reach in, and this is when I pull out my tree tether, okay? My tree tether, I like to start it around chin height, okay, for comfort. This can go around the tree. And all it does is, there's a spliced loop, and the end without the loop just goes through the end with the loop. All right, and you pull your carabiner and everything through, and that pulls it tight to the tree. I then take the bridge of my saddle, which on the tethered one, it's this Amsteel. I've got my bridge, it's adjustable, okay? And I adjust it up and clip into the carabiner. Make sure you've got locking carabiners as well. So once you clip in, you lock that carabiner. At which point then, I'm just going to tighten it up until I feel it kind of pulling on my butt. And I feel that I'm supported by this tether. Once I'm supported by the tether, unhook your lineman's. Bring it back around the tree. I toss it right back in my pouch. And now that I've got my tether attached, I can start hanging stuff, okay? So, like, I know the gear strap's already up here, but at this point I'll pull up my gear strap, hook that around the tree. If my strong side's on my left side here, that's where my bow hanger would go. Bow hanger on the left side, so I can just reach forward, pull my bow off, and shoot. All right. Then on my other side, I'm probably gonna have my quiver or my backpack or something like that. So go ahead, take the backpack off, put that in. All right. So once you've got you've got your backpack hung, you've got your tether up. At this point, I would be pulling my bow up with my pull-up rope, which I keep in my pouch. I attach that before I climb. So once I get to my climbing height, I reach down, pull up my bow, unclip it, and hang it. All right. And now you're ready to hunt. All right. I mean, you got your strong side shots off to your left. You can turn, you can shoot behind you, pretty easy. Weak side, I prefer to just turn like this. This is how I shoot my weak side the whole way around. Multiple different ways. So let's say your hunt just ended and now you need to pack up and you need to get down. What do you do first? All right, my first step is going to be to take my backpack, put it on my back. All right. We got our backpack ready to go down. I'm going to take my pull-up rope, hook it to my bow, lower my bow down. Now that my bow is down, I'm going to take off my gear hanger. Gear hanger comes off. That's going to fold up. And go in the pouch. One thing I just noticed is in this pouch is a back band. This is another want, not have. All right. All this does is go around your back. You clip it into this carabiner here and it's like a recliner. It supports your back. All right. It's called a back band. A lot of companies sell them pretty cheap. Good to have, especially for those all day sits or those long sits. Just keep your back more comfortable. All right. So I've packed up my gear hanger. Now I've got that packed up. What I'm going to do, pull my lineman's belt back out. Hook up to my lineman's belt. Unclip my tether. And at this point now, I'm ready to descend. If that was my third stick or my top stick right there, I would step down onto my stick, go one step down, and go ahead and take my platform off, wrap it up, hook it onto the back of my saddle, and just continue climbing down the sticks, unhooking them as I go. All right, I unhook them and I hook them to my saddle, and they just hang from my saddle as I descend. So, if there's any questions, please feel free to reach out. Comment on this video. Liking and subscribing is a huge help to this channel. It would be awesome to get some more likes, get some more subscribers. I'm looking to hopefully get the quality of the videos a little bit better. I'm learning. Don't have many videos out on the channel right now. The next video that I'm going to make is probably going to be my saddle hunting equipment, what I'm running this season, what I'm going to use. I know I made a video on the Icon sticks. Unfortunately, when I had those, they did not fit this pack very well, collapsed down. They didn't fit with the platform very well. There was a lot of metal on metal with the longer sticks, just the full length sticks. There's no metal on metal. The stealth strips I have on the one sticks are able to fit with that platform on this pack very well. So might get some more gear before the season starts, do some reviews on those. But please, if there's any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm sure I missed some things, so if I missed anything, please put it in the comments. Hopefully those of you that are trying to learn how to saddle hunt and what you need can also learn from those in the comments. I've been doing this about, I want to say this is my 5th season. So if I missed anything, I apologize. Feel free to watch all the other YouTube videos from the well-known people. I'm sure they've got them out there as well, all the YouTube celebrities. So without further ado, that's going to be the end of this video. Hope you all learned something. Maybe learn a tip or trick or so, or something to do to your saddle, a modification of some sort. But y'all have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next video.